Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the second race of the JSI Racing 360 Sprint Car Series, and it is now time for the Wing Sprint Cars to have their turn here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Braden Shute, who has gone quick time tonight with an 11.196, Trevor Roy 12.600. The feature winner from the 360 non-wing Sprint Cars, which we just covered and brought to you from Fairbury about a half hour ago. He sits dead last. 17 cars signed into the pit area for tonight for the 360 winged sprint car side of things. And again, we'll probably have just the two heat races. We'll take the top four straight into the main event. Everybody else will go through to a B main, but all drivers will make the show for the 35 lap journey. But again, we'll have a B main, which will be contested over 10 laps the journey. Braden Shute 11.196, Lachlan Horton 11.202, Jamie Hicks third quick 11.390, Tyler Bish, Jason Cartman round out your top 5, Kyron Redpath 6, Sam Stride 7th, William Pilot 8, Jerry Fred 9th, Mark Scott rounds out the top 10, Jason Crawford 11, 12 goes to Ash Hammond, Cahill Gray in 13th, Hayden Vickers 14th, Jason Burke 15th, Riley Simpson 16th, and 17th is Trevor Royer. Well, we've got 2 minutes. A big thanks to JSI. They're not back, so after tonight, they're taking the break, taking about a month's break. We did confirm that they will be back on January 24th, which will basically be 5 weeks time. So they have 4 weeks off, and then on the 5th week, on the 24th of January, they'll return to the screens here on Ultimate Dirt TV to start what will be round number 7 of 15. Miles, thank you for those stars. Appreciate it, brother. Welcome everybody in to the Facebook and YouTube channel. Bit of a lowest car count tonight as the sprint car race is going on, and well, our priorities are here from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. We've got a minute left in this qualifying session, so what we'll do, we'll take this opportunity right now once again. Step aside, pay just a couple of quick bills as we thank our sponsors here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Yes, a big thanks to, of course, Rocket Racing Setups for their support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thanks to World of Thunder Esports League and SRT Australia, again, for their support here. Again, we are proud partners with SRT Australia for the next 6 months, right up until July 1st. And again, we thank SRT for coming on board and just showing some gratitude, as we show some gratitude for those guys. But qualifying results coming up on your screen. Braden Shute officially goes quick time. Lockie Horton, Jamie Higgs, Tyler Bish and Jason Carvin your top 5. Redpath, Stride, Pilot, Fred and Scott your top 10. O'Brien was the only driver to not get a lap time in, so 18 cars have signed into the pit area for tonight, and again we'll split them up into 9 car heat races. And speaking of 9 cars on the racetrack, ready for heat number 1. Braden Shute will start on pole when he's outside Jamie Higgs, position number 2. Position number 3 with Jason Carvin. Sam Stride rolls off out of position number 4. Jeremy Fred will start position number 5. Jason Crawford lines up out of position number 6. Cahill Gray lines up out of position 7. He's outside Jason Burke out of position number 8. And the winner of the 360 non-wing race just about 35 minutes ago, Trevor Royer for Black Diamond Motorsports, will start position number 9. No yellows in heat racing action. Top 4 to the main event. Everybody else to a B main, where we'll take all those drivers from the B main and they'll race for starting positions. Green flag will, the RAC green flag will start the race as Braden Shute Heads off down into 1 and 2. Hicks trying to turn it back underneath him. The whole shot's going to go to Braden Shoot. There's Jamie Hicks just facing some mechanical issues there. We've got also Carver as well in the 31 facing some of those mechanical issues right now. Jason Crawford on the outside looking in, but look at Trevor Royer in the number 90 machine. He gets a slider there from Jeremy Fred as Royer now looks to move up on the inside. Very different with the wing on. You're all about trying to keep the momentum up on the top side of the racetrack. That's exactly what Braden Shoot was doing, looking to start on pole for your 35-lap journey. Sam Stride for Apex Auto Glass and Tinting runs in second position. Higgs and Carbon right on the tail tank. As Higgs makes a mistake, he'll lose third position as there goes Jason Carbon. Higgs slips back to position number 4. Now the battle is on. Jeremy Fried, Jason Crawford, Trevor Roy. 3 cars for our blanket for 5, 6 and 7. Jason Burke, meanwhile, has gone back to pit road, so he'll have to come from the back of the B main. Roy now looks to the inside there on Crawford. He'll make the pass into turn number 3. Who's going to have it out of turn 4? Going to give the spot. Boy, that was very tight at the start-finish line. 2 to run between Royer and Crawford. White flag is out this time by for your race leader, Braden Shoot again. He's been on the cusp of picking up main event victories over the past 2 to 3 weeks. He now finds himself with a win in heat number 1. Braden Shoot wins. Sam Stride in second. Jamie Higgs unofficially third. Jason Carbon, Jeremy Fried rounds out your top 5. Trevor Royer, Jason Crawford and Cahill Gray. 8 cars at finish with Jason Burke back on pit road. Heat number 1 results coming up on your screen right now. There it is. Shoot, Stride, Higgs and Carbon, your top 4. Fred, Royer, Crawford, Gray, Burke. 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Heat number 2, your second and final heat race of the night. Lachlan Horton in car 44. He'll start on pole on his outside for Middle Finger Racing. It's the 41 of Tyler Bish, position number 2. Kyra Redpath in car number 2 will start out of position number 3. Out of position number 4, it'll be the 55 of William Parlant. Mark Scott driving car number 04. The 4 will start position number 5. On his outside, the number 4 of Ash Hammond, position 6. Position number 7 will be Hayden Vickers in car 15. To his outside, Riley Simpson driving the 06. And Brad O'Brien in the V77 will roll off out of position number 9. So O'Brien got some work to do from position number 9. But if there's anybody in this field that can do it, you can bet your bottom dollar. And it's going to be him as Tyler Bish and Lachlan Horton getting ready to bring us to the green flag off turn number 4. Again, iRacing will start all races in the main event. Maximum of 3 yellows. The restarts will be on the leader where green flag racing is Bish and Horton come together as Kyron Redpath quickly moves into second. Now looking to challenge for the race lead. Pilot works slow again. We'll try and keep an eye on the 77 over. Oh, Brad O'Brien trying to carve his way through the field. Tyler Bish, look out, 1 car, Ash Hammond. He got tagged there. Now, I'm not sure whether he got tagged by O'Brien or Simpson as Bish, and there goes O'Brien in the 77 machine. Moves into second now into turn number 3 and 4 and coming after your race leader. So 3 laps in right now, and he's gone from 9th to 2nd. And the 77 is on a mission right now as he looks to run down Lachlan Horton. You watch Redpath working at the bottom to the middle of the racetrack through turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Bish back there in 4th position. Riley Simpson's made his way to position 5, but it's all Lockie Horton out in front at the moment as he comes up to Ash Hammond. In car number 4, we got 5 down, 3 to run. Horton into the wall. You don't want to give O'Brien too many opportunities to make that pass for the race leader. Horton now ducks to the inside, throws a slider on the lap car of Ash Hammond. He'll look to come back through the middle of the racetrack. 3 wide lapper right in the middle of your leaders as O'Brien now gets to the front, and here comes Horton with 1 to go. Slide job by Horton. O'Brien turns it underneath him, and Brad O'Brien going to go from hero to 0 potentially here in heat racing action. He'll walk his way around the outside of turn number 4. He will get the job done. Brad O'Brien in the V77 gets the win. Horton second, Redpath third, Bish, Simpson your top 5, Scott, Vickers, Hammond and Parland. The rest of the drivers from 5th on back will all go through to the B main. And again, we'll have that B main up right now. We'll take a look at those official results. So your top four, O'Brien, Horton, Redpath and Bish, all transferring straight to the main event. Fifth on back, Simpson, Scott, Vickers, Hammond and Pilot. Well, it's time for those car drivers to go B main racing. 10 cars, all 10 cars are going to transfer. Jeremy Frid, Riley Simpson on the front row, Trevor Roy, Mark Scott, row 2. Row 3 going to be Jason Crawford and Hayden Vickers. Row 4, Cahill Gray and Ash Hammond. And row 5 we'll see Jason Burke and William Pilot to make up the 9th and 10th starters. That is a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. So 10 cars, 10 laps and top 10 we'll go through. Green flag is out, we're underway in the B main. Oh, cars stacking up in turn number 1 and 2. Not ideal for some of these drivers. Trevor Royer caught up involved in that one. However, Frid, Simpson side by side down into 1 and 2. Frid on the top side, Simpson on the low side. In fact, take that and make that the other way round. Simpson into the wall. There goes Ash Hammond. And now in comes Hayden Vickers, so Riley Simpson, man in that 06 machine, he'll pull that car back to the infield. He'll have to start from the very final row in the main event. Trevor Royer going to have to do it the hard way. From the back to the front, we'll see if he can clean up in the main event. As right now, Pilot moves into position number 4, Gray. And you go back to the 4 of Scott. Race leader Jeremy Frid in car number 9, this time by cross flag. Sticks are out. 5 down, 5 to run, and Ash Hammond closing the gap on your race leader. It was 7/10 of a second at the start finish line, and it's now down to just half a second. So right now, Hammond, if he gets the win in the B main, he'll start position number 9 in the main event. Second will start 10th. So there's a lot at stake. Oh, Hammond hard into the creek in turn number 1, in 3 and 4. He'll have to call the virtual tow. He'll be credited with an 8th place finish, so he'll have to start on the outside of row number 8. Your leader, Frid, gets a little loose there on the exit of turn 4. He cuts to the middle of the racetrack. Popsicle sticks are out. Someone's licking the lollipops. We've got 2 to run. Ken Vickers close in on Jeremy Frid. Here is the white flag waves virtually. Frid in the 9 machine. Here comes Vickers in the 15. Pilot the 55. Look to put a lap down. There he goes, but Jeremy Frid will get the win. Second will go to Hayden Vickers. Third across the line there is Mark Scott. Ash Hammond recovers to 4th. And somehow he got that car back going on all 4s. Cahill Gray in 5th. Burke, Crawford, Pilot, Simpson and Royer, the drivers to contest the B main. So there is the finishing results, and it's now time to quickly go through your starting grid for the main event. Shute and O'Brien on the front row. Stride and Horton in row number 2. Higgs and Redpath in row 3. Carbon and Bish in row 4. Row 5 will be Frid and Vickers. Row number 6 is going to be Scott and Hammond. Row 7 will be Gray and Burke. Crawford and Pilot, row 8. Simpson and Royer in row number 9. So 18 cars have made their way onto the racetrack right now. And we are set to do 2 laps around the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. here for the JSI Racing 360 Sprint Car Series, round number 6 of 15, I believe we're at. And again, a reminder, after tonight, these guys, will take 5 weeks off. They'll come back 24th of January for round number 7. And we'll bring you all the action live across Facebook and YouTube next year. And from all the crew at JSI Racing, of course, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you're planning on going away, travel safe. You plan on going to the speedway, leave the speeding to the drivers on the racetrack. It's time to go live for 35. O'Brien and Braden shoot into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be O'Brien with the whole shot into the lead, and keep an eye on the 44 of Horton. He'll work to the outside as well. Shoot stuck down on the bottom side of the racetrack, just waiting for an opportunity to slide up as there goes straight around the outside of Higgs. And now Higgs under pressure from Carbon in the 31 machine. Your top 3 starting to drift away from the rest of the field. Hayden Vickers waiting to come out of the pits. He may have actually had some damage after maybe an opening lap incident, so he might even be done for the night. You're watching Jeremy Frid trying to move through the field now. Karen Redpath making a run as well. There goes Horton. He'll make the mistake in 1 and 2. And there goes Braden Shoot. He goes on by into second position. Now Shoot looks to come after your race leader, Brad O'Brien. There's about a 1 second differential between the pair. Down the back straight away, we'll complete lap number 5 of 35. So 30 to run here in the main event. And O'Brien, after taking no time in qualifying, went from 9th to 1st in heat race number 2. Started on the outside of the front row, now quickly worked his way to lead all 6 laps so far. Royer from the very back from position number 18 gets by Redpath. There's Redpath now 3 wide with Tyler Bish on the outside. Redpath and Royer come together. Oh, look out, couple of cars picking up on the inside there on Karen Redpath, but they keep it all pointed in the right direction. Gray and Simpson behind them. We'll keep an eye on Tyler Bish as well. Oh, pretty handy in a sprint car. Not sure if this is one of his favourite tracks. He just seems to be struggling at the moment here in turn number 3 and 4 behind Jeremy Frid. Again, Frid won your B main about 5 minutes ago. Everybody's starting to spread themselves out. There's Braden Shoot closes in here on your race leader. Brad O'Brien is now 3/10 of a second. Just 2 car lengths separate the pair down the back straightaway. Oh, lap traffic, 1 car upside down. That's the 5 of Jason Crawford, who was trying to stay, or trying to get back to pit road. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay and watch the 5. Let's see what happens here. We'll take one look at it. Oh, it was Karen Redpath who came up the racetrack. Crawford right into the wall in turn number 3. He got hit there by your leader, Brad O'Brien. Stride gets him as well, Higgs. And that's a tough break for Jason Crawford, who ends, well, back on all 4s. And I dare say that that might be the end of his night, as there might be a whole lot of damage to that race car. Pace truckers in. That is caution flag number 1. We're only allowed a maximum of 3. Less is better, but we'll see what happens. We work lap number 15. 21 remaining as we come down into turn number 1 and 2. O'Brien, Shoot and Horton, your top 3. Horton ducking down to the inside into turn number 3 and 4. Horton and Shoot will be looking for redemption after their little mishap in the non-wing stuff that pretty much would have secured them a win. However, both drivers inside the space of a lap just gave it away. Stride in the 42 for Apex Auto Glass, and Tinting in the 42 entry. Looking to bag himself for podium, but I'll tell you who's now made his way up inside the top 5. You're watching him on screen, the Black Diamond Motorsports. Drew Neal 19 Designs, Tim Sims, number 90 of Trevor Royer, Ultimate Dirt to be on the side of that race car. Fred Bish closing in on 5th place right now, Royer, but Royer just seems to keep the car nice and straight as here comes Horton now closing in on the 76 of Braden Shoot. And again, Shoot has found himself in a podium a number of times throughout the past 2 or 3 weeks of racing. And you just know that he is just itching to get that first main event win here with the JSI Racing League. Roy now to the inside on Sam Stride in turn number 3 and 4. He'll stick low through 1 and 2 again. Stride just keeping it nice and locked down on the top side of the racetrack again. We already move into lap traffic. William Piling gets put a lap down there by O'Brien, the next car. Jason Burke in the 74 looking to stay on the lead lap. Most of the drivers continue to work the top of the speedway right, putting the right rears on the cushion and just centimetres away from the creek. Horton again. Lap cars going to the bottom, trying to stay out of the way of the lead cars. 24 down this time by for Brad O'Brien in the V77, looking, I'm pretty sure he won last week, looking to go back to back after a win, again, pretty sure at Lernerville last week. Braden Shute, Horton looking again to continue their good run of form. Your leader is well and truly into lap traffic. Car in Redpath goes around, look out, oh no. I thought we might have been going yellow just then, but no yellow was caught, so we'll stay green. Lap 26 is in the books. We're now 9 away. And the gap is 2 seconds for O'Brien. As Riley Simpson goes a lap down, and Cahill Gray, he's about to get put a lap down as well. Just in front of your race leader, there he is. So, nearly working inside the top 10 is Brad O'Brien, as he continues to tick the laps off here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Ash Hammond sitting in 10th position after a little bit of a mishap in his heat race. The car nice and straight on the top side of the racetrack. Carbon, the 31, gets a little loose as now goes O'Brien around the outside of him. So now he's lapped up to 10th position and he wants more. But the palm is out from the virtual iRacing flagman. 5 laps left to run. Just the 1 yellow so far. And these 18 drivers who started the main event, they have done a phenomenal job so far. Just 1 yellow in this field. As look out, we've got some contact between Gray and the 31 of Carbon. Scott now, look at Mark Scott, he's a lap car, picking up some positions, a stride. He's stuck out with Gray, I believe it was. And that puts Roy, now look at Bish, look out, couple of cars stuck together. Here comes Tyler Bish, looking to move inside the top 5, just 2 to run for your race leader. There's Royer on the outside of a podium, but what about this battle for 2nd and 3rd? But your race leader has just been given the white flag, a 2.5 second lead for Brad O'Brien in the lap traffic. Ash Hammond looking to stay on the lead lap, but out of turn number 4, Brad O'Brien is going to be victorious here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. 2nd will go to Lockie Horton, Braden Shute in 3rd. 4th is going to be Trevor Roy, Jeremy Friedbrand's out in the top 5. As the cars come across the start-finish line, Hammond will in fact get 6 strides. 7th, Bish, Carvin, Gray, your top 10. And I'll tell you what, we'll take a look at those official results popping up on your screen right now, where Brian Horton and Shute, your top 3. Roy, Frid, your top 5. Hammond, Bish, Stride, Carbon and Gray, your top 10. Scott, Pylant, Burke, Simpson, Higgs, Redpath, Crawford and Vickers, the 18 cars to contest the main event. As we're going to waste very little time in chatting to our podium drivers, and we're just awaiting the arrival of O'Brien and Shute before we head down to chat to the top 3. I tell you what, we might as well do that right now because we've got 2nd and 3rd ready to go. So we'll bring in the driver that comes home 3rd place here tonight. It's going to be young Braden Shute. Braden, congratulations, buddy, on 3rd place. You started the night off very well, and unfortunately, you fell short by a couple of spots once again. But again, we seem to be talking to you quite a bit over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I fell short again, but it's good to be talking to you again. Missed out the last couple of podiums, but yeah, other than that.
Talk about this racetrack. Obviously elbows up. It's a tight little bull ring, but once you get up on the wall, just trying to get through the turns, to continually hit your marks without hitting the concrete wall, it's got to be very challenging.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the most challenging things on iRacing, Fairbury, and like when it goes really slick like that to the fence, I just struggled in the midpoint of that race trying to keep up with Brad, but then just kept slapping that wall, and Lockie caught to the back of me, and yeah.
Well, did you think that starting on pole after going quick time, did you think that tonight was going to be the night, or did you know that Fairbury was just one of those racetracks that it just seemed to bite you in the backside? Again, your thoughts on Fairbury in the start of the race?
Oh, I don't really like Fairbury that much. It's just very challenging for me, but starting on pole gave me a lot of confidence, but just wasn't to be, I guess.
Is what it is. Again, you still find yourself on the podium, but I think over the past sort of 3 or 4 weeks, you continually found yourself on this podium, and again, I say it week after week that win is around the corner. Once you get that win, certainly the floodgates are going to open up for you, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully it just comes soon. Like, I've been trying so hard, but yeah, hopefully it comes soon. Floodgates will open.
Well, for the JSI racing one anyway, you're going to have to wait until January 24th until we come back for round number 7. So obviously, you'll get a month off, or what is 5 weeks of or 4 weeks of missing in action. Again, they return on January 24th, so you'll have to wait at least 5 weeks to potentially get that first win with the JSI guys. But Braden, before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, buddy, all that good stuff, mate. Who makes it happen for you?
The guys at TMW Simsport, Blake, Ben, for giving me the opportunity to come race the car. Just all our sponsors, and yeah.
All right, there we go. Braden Shute home in 3rd place. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in 2nd place tonight. It's the 44 of Lachlan Horton. And Lockie, buddy, congratulations on 2nd place. Maybe a bit of redemption after you threw it away in the non-wings.
Yeah, it was pretty good to finally get a podium in sprint cars. Don't spend too much time dabbling in these things. I'm not more of a wings are for fairies type guy, but that was pretty cool. And unfortunately for the wingless, but we just had to get redemption there in the wing car.
A racetrack that was pretty slick, not as slick as what it looked like in the non-wing stuff. Obviously having the wing on top, helps with the downforce, helps sort of stabilise the car. How do you sort of prepare yourself to jump in from the non-wings and then jump into a wing sprint car? Is there much driving difference that you find?
For myself, not really. I've always found I can adapt to like each car sort of pretty quickly, so I can go from like super late models into speed cars and still be quick. So that side of it for me, I don't really struggle with, but it's just sort of like the driving techniques and how much sort of we use in the car and just all that kind of stuff. I don't know what it's like for everyone else, but for me, I find it quite easy to transfer into different cars. But that was good fun.
All right, well, look, the final race of the year for the JSI guys, of course, they'll be back on January 24th. You obviously take away some good momentum and maybe a much-needed break over the Christmas period. Is there plans to do much iRacing over the next sort of 4 or 5 weeks? Who knows?
Maybe, hopefully.
Take each day as it comes, right?
Yeah, probably more work than anything, but we'll see how we go. A big thank you to BFM and LG, Perth Tree Services, Racing Tyres and Accessories, Genesis Racing Shocks, Tyson Brighton Motorsport, Trackright GPS, Willerton Exhaust, JSI Boys for hosting the series, and you for broadcasting, Jimbo from the Blokes Lounge, and everyone at HSV Sim Labs.
There we go. Lachlan Horton, they're home in 2nd spot. We'll chat to the winner here tonight in car number 77, Brad O'Brien. Brad, well, sort of a late entry into the server. You didn't get a qualifying time, and your first time debuting the new paint scheme with the JSI Racing crew. You start 9th in your heat, you get the win, and then you start outside front row, and you pretty much lead from the get-go. You got to be happy with the debut of the new paint.
Yeah, bloody oath. New paint seems to be pretty quick. Don't know if it's if it's the paint or that new setup that they gave us, but yeah, no, it was good. Suited me to a T.
Well, yeah, like I said, had a rough start to the night. Obviously, not being able to take it time. Did you think that you sort of had the pace to get through the heat, considering that everybody's on the same setup?
Had no idea, to be honest. A few technical difficulties left me without a practice or a quality lap. So the first look at the setup was literally turn one, lap one of the heat race. So had no idea. I think I waited back off the start there on that heat race and just did half a lap at race pace just to see what it'd feel like. And it felt pretty good. Went to the top, and it looks like every time I got to the car in front, they just sort of hopped off the top for me. I got a bit lucky in that heat, to be honest. I probably shouldn't have won it, but car was quick. Can't complain. Everything was clean. Not very often you can come to a league race at Fairbury and only have one yellow. So, it was awesome. Good night.
Well, this main event, lap traffic, was certainly going to play its part. Going through the lap cars was probably a challenge in itself. Along with getting around Fairbury. What do you make of obviously getting through the lap cars and especially on a track like Fairbury?
Yeah, it can be very difficult because Fairbury is such a tight, small track. A lot of the time, everybody's at the same speed, and it's really hard to get a good enough run to get past somebody. Especially on the lead lap, but trying to lap people is just as hard because obviously quite often they're 2 or 3 wide. But I knew I had a little bit of a lead there when I got to the back of lap traffic and played it pretty safe. I think there was one time I nearly got into somebody. They came up off the bottom and sat in the slick for a bit, but had a big enough gap that I could sort of let off and just roll around. I think I stayed behind Ash there for 2 or 3 laps there and actually gained time on second and third, so I must have been battling a bit, but lap traffic did everything they were supposed to do, though. They held their line and they didn't try and race me, so it's a good night.
Well, coming sort of towards the end of the race, obviously being in heavy lap traffic with a bigger lead, do you tend to sort of let off, or do you still tend to go as hard as you would on say lap 5?
It sort of depends. If you know you don't have much of a lead and you've been battling with the other podium getters for the whole race, a lot of the time you try and push extra hard when you get to lap traffic just to give yourself a 2 or 3 car breathing room. But a night like tonight where we were all pretty spread out and I looked at my relative and seen I had, I think it was 2.2 seconds or something like that up on Lockie and Braden. And they were kept swapping positions on my relative as well, so I knew they would have been fighting pretty hard for that second spot. So I could take it easy and just sort of let off and roll through the slick there and just go wherever the lap cars weren't, sort of thing.
All right, buddy. Well, look, well done on the win here at Fairbury. Again, we'll hopefully see you January 24th when JSI resumes their league. So they'll have 5 weeks off, or 4 weeks off, and then come back on the 5th one. So we'll let you get out of here. But before we let you go, we know there's this new looking paint scheme. There's a whole lot of people on this race car, a whole lot of people behind the scenes, buddy. Who gets it done for you?
New paint scheme looks pretty good. So obviously got to thank Sicklids and Chris Lacey and everyone there, and Lawrence and Hansen, CD, photography, OW Simsets, Melanie and Benny Matchett, and just everybody else who puts this show on and lets us come out and race on a Sunday night. It's good.
All right, there we go. Brad O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight for the 360 winged sprint car portion of the JSI Racing League. Again, as I said, they'll take about a month off. We'll come back January 24th for round number 7. I'm not sure where the league will be at, but again, we'll be live across Facebook and YouTube. And again, on behalf of the JSI team, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And again, stay safe and leave the speeding to the sim, or if you're a race car driver, leave the speeding to the racetrack. And again, we hope you see everyone back in the new year for what is hopefully going to be a good 2021, as the 2020 year is going to come to a close. I believe here on Ultimate Dirt TV between now and then, I believe we are looking at this stage probably less than a handful of broadcasts left. So our next one will be in around 11 hours time for the season finale of the World of Thunder Esports League. It'll be super late models, followed by the Open Pro late models, and we'll be at Cedar Lake for that one. So looking forward to that one. Zach Newton, Joe Vanskill should be on the call for that one. But again, a big thanks to World of Thunder Esports League, Rocket Racing Setups, and of course, SRT Australia. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, if we don't happen to speak to you between now and the end of the year, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you back in 2021.